Picture this: Carlos Alcaraz, the tennis prodigy with a rocket serve and an untarnished legacy, caught in a scandal that could unravel his glittering career. A stolen artifact, a shadowy figure, and a night in Madrid that spirals into chaos. What if the golden boy was seen fleeing a high-stakes heist, his racket bag hiding secrets darker than a moonless court? Buckle up for a story that serves suspense with every twist. If you're gripped already, smash that like button and subscribe to Tennis Insider for exclusive tales that volley between triumph and treachery in tennis. Madrid streets thrummed with life as Carlos Alcaraz slipped out from a narrow alley, his cap tugged low to shield his recognizable face. Fresh off a tournament win, the city's buzz felt electric, but a chilling undercurrent ran through it. A priceless artifact, an ancient medallion, had vanished from the Royal Palace Museum, and whispers of a thief in a tennis star's guise set tongues wagging. Carlos's phone vibrated with urgent texts from his coach, warning him to steer clear of trouble, but curiosity tugged at his instincts like a perfectly placed drop shot. As he weaved through crowded plazas, a stranger brushed past, slipping a small, ornate box into his jacket pocket. His heart pounded like it did in a fifth-set tiebreaker. Was this a mistake or a deliberate trap? The box's weight screamed value, its intricate carvings hinting at the missing medallion. Sirens wailed nearby, closing in fast. Security cameras blinked, their lenses like silent accusers. Ducking into a dimly lit cafe, Carlos examined the artifact under flickering lights. The medallion, rumored to be cursed and worth millions, felt like a ticking bomb. Who had planted it on him? A fan from earlier that day flashed in his mind, overly enthusiastic, lingering too long before vanishing. Was this revenge from a rival, a jealous player nursing old grudges, or something deeper tied to the shady betting rings haunting professional sports? His mind raced with scenarios, each more unsettling than the last. Reporting it could clear his name, but the media would feast on the scandal, painting him guilty before evidence surfaced. Slipping out the back, he hailed a taxi, the driver's glance heavy with recognition. As the car sped through Madrid's neon-lit streets, Carlos clutched the medallion, torn between returning it anonymously or diving into the mystery. Every shadow seemed to hide a threat, every glance a potential betrayal. The city, once his playground, now felt like a chessboard where he was a pawn. Carlos reached his hotel suite, the medallion now locked in a safe, but safety felt like an illusion. A sharp knock shattered the silence, two detectives stood outside, their badges glinting like warnings. His pulse surged, how had they found him so fast? Opening the door, he masked his nerves with a champion's composure as they grilled him about the museum theft. Surveillance footage, they said, showed a man matching his build near the crime scene, and a witness swore he'd accepted a suspicious package. Carlos denied it, his voice steady despite the chaos within. The detectives revealed the medallion was part of a smuggling ring, with athletes unwittingly used as couriers. His world spun. Had his fame made him a target? He recalled the fan again, tattoos peeking from sleeves, a nervous twitch that screamed deceit. Handing over the medallion, he cooperated, but doubt gnawed at him. Was his inner circle compromised? A friend, perhaps, lured by quick cash. The interrogation dragged on, each question slicing deeper into his life. Exhausted, he stepped onto the balcony after they left, Madrid's lights twinkling below like distant dreams. The theft wasn't just a crime, it exposed cracks in his carefully built empire. Tomorrow's headlines would ignite a firestorm, fans torn between devotion and doubt. Determined, Carlos hired a private investigator to trace the fan's identity. Clues pointed to a disgruntled ex-player, fueled by bitterness from past defeats. Encrypted emails surfaced, vaguely implicating Carlos in the scheme. The stakes soared as he prepared for his next match, the court now a stage for secrets. Every serve carried the weight of his tarnished name, every rally a fight to reclaim trust. The medallion was gone, but its shadow lingered, threatening to redefine his legacy in a single, scandal-soaked night. Stay tuned to Tennis Insider for stories that smash expectations and keep you courtside for every twist. Dawn painted Madrid's skyline as Carlos met his investigator in a quiet park, the air thick with urgency. The fan, they discovered, was a hired operative for a rival's camp, paid to sabotage Carlos's season. Grainy photos and bank transfers linked to a notorious sports agent confirmed the plot, a scheme to tarnish his name and tilt the rankings. Armed with evidence, Carlos confronted the agent in a private club, the air crackling like a tiebreak under floodlights. The agent's smirk faltered as Carlos laid out the proof, his voice steady but laced with fury. Denials came fast, but the agent's eyes betrayed panic. Carlos demanded the operation be dismantled, threatening to expose the scandal. Tensions exploded, a scuffle broke out, fists flying in a blur of adrenaline, echoing the intensity of a Grand Slam rally. Security pulled them apart, but not before Carlos recorded a confession on his phone, a checkmate in this off-court match. He turned the evidence over to authorities, watching as arrests unfolded like a perfectly executed game plan. The medallion returned to the museum, its curse lifted from his life. Media spun him as a hero, the tennis star who outsmarted a criminal ring. Fans rallied, his popularity spiking like a well-timed ace. But the ordeal left scars. Carlos grew wary, trusting fewer in the cutthroat world of professional tennis. His game sharpened, each swing fueled by a new resolve. The theft became a legend, whispered in locker rooms as a cautionary tale. He leaned on his team, now vetted with scrutiny, and refocused on the season. The investigators' final report revealed the rivals' camp had collapsed under scrutiny, their reputation in tatters. Carlos emerged not just victorious but transformed, his legacy now one of resilience, a player who faced danger off the court with the same grit as on it. Back on the circuit, Carlos faced the press, his words measured yet powerful, reflecting on a saga that tested him beyond the baseline. The theft had thrust him into a world of deceit, proving champions fight battles far from the spotlight. Flashbulbs popped as he thanked fans, crediting their support for his strength. The ordeal closed a chapter but opened a mission. His foundation launched programs to shield young athletes from exploitation, turning personal pain into progress. Madrid honored him with a ceremonial key, symbolizing trust restored in a city that once doubted him. The medallion, now back in its glass case, drew crowds, its story intertwined with his own. Nights no longer carried the weight of shadows. Carlos slept soundly, his focus back on Grand Slams. His game evolved, each forehand a statement of survival, each victory a defiance of those who tried to bring him down. The theft scene, once a nightmare, became a defining moment, etched into his biography as proof of his mettle. Rivals watched warily, knowing he'd faced worse than their serves. Fans chanted his name louder, their faith unshaken. The sports world buzzed with his story, a tale of a champion who turned a scandal into a triumph. Off the court, he mentored rookies, warning them of the traps fame could set. His speeches at charity events carried new weight, blending humility with hard-earned wisdom. The tennis court remained his sanctuary, but now it was also a platform to advocate for integrity in sports. As he prepared for the next major, Carlos carried the lessons of that Madrid night: vigilance, courage, and the will to rise above. The theft had tried to steal his shine, but instead, it polished his legend, proving that true champions endure, adapt, and conquer, no matter the arena. Subscribe to Tennis Insider for more scoops that rally your curiosity and keep you in the game.